Hi everyone, how you doing? I'm trying a slightly different approach in this video for two reasons. First of all, some commenter in a previous video said he didn't like the setting of my videos because they were too boring. And the second reason is because the whole point of this video is that I'm sick and I don't really feel like sitting up nice and prim and proper with bright lights shining in my face. I have a head cold. Then yesterday, the dam just burst in terms of my sinuses, and I've been draining, which is a good sign because that means it's over. But I've been going through handkerchiefs and tissues. I should zoom in and show my nose. It's not my purpose to sit here and be miserable and evoke pity from you. I actually have something that I want to blog about. I want to show you something up here. Okay, let me zoom in right here. Actually, that's not. Okay, this is the last of my stash of pseudoephedrine. Pseudoephedrine is a decongestant because, like I said, I just have a head cold. Most people, you might think of pseudoephedrine as Sudafed. This is a problem. I mean, not today, not for this cold, because I don't need too many more. But I'm getting a little nervous because when this runs out, then that's it. I never get to ever take pseudoephedrine again. And I'm going to explain why. For those of you who are not in America, you might not be familiar with this, but the United States Congress, in its finite wisdom, passed a law, a federal law, saying that you could only buy limited amounts of pseudoephedrine, and if you bought any pseudoephedrine at all, it had to be registered. If you go to a pharmacist, if you go to a drugstore to buy pseudoephedrine, it's kept behind the pharmacist counter. You have to go to the pharmacist counter. You have to specifically request it, and they have a log, and you have to show ID, and you have to have your name and your information recorded for the government to monitor at any time for any reason. Now, the logic behind this is that pseudoephedrine can be used in one method for manufacturing methamphetamine. In order to supposedly crack down on meth labs, this law is insane. It's absolutely idiotic. To use pseudoephedrine to manufacture methamphetamine, you need lots of it. So perhaps monitoring large purchases over the internet, or maybe even passing limits saying you can't buy more than one packet of pseudoephedrine in a store at one time would have sufficed, because meth manufacturers are not going to go hopping around from drugstore to drugstore to buy one packet of pseudoephedrine. Doing this system, which has a complete chilling effect, basically you're preventing people from buying it. Because the simple fact of the matter is, I am not going to go through, first of all, I'm not going to go through the hassle of going to the pharmacist counter and showing ID and having all my information recorded, because it's a hassle. And even if it weren't a hassle, on principle, I'm just not going to do it. I refuse to be presumed guilty. I refuse to be treated like I must be a meth manufacturer because I want one packet of pseudoephedrine. I refuse to be processed like a street thug at Central Booking. I refuse to be tagged like a zoo animal. It's outrageous. So I'm never buying pseudoephedrine again. And when this is gone, when these few tablets are gone and I have no more pseudoephedrine, that's it. I'm either going to have to rely on something else, or I'm going to have to suffer. Speaking of suffering, hold on a minute. Sorry. Ugh. Sorry about that. This whole phenomenon, this broad concept of the government enacting a stupid law, is increasingly common, and I've blogged about a lot of different examples of it. It's what I call the politics of the warm fuzzy feeling. And what the politics of the warm fuzzy feeling simply means is that In this day and age, politicians think that it's better to pass a stupid law than to pass no law at all. And they think that they really don't have any obligation as legislators to research their laws and to think their laws through. The more important thing is that you just do something. And the fact that it's something stupid, the fact that it's something counterproductive, the fact that it doesn't take into consideration the consequences of the laws that you pass, it doesn't matter. Just, we're going to go ahead and do it. The idea of passing a pseudoephedrine registry that is going to stop people, honest, innocent people, from buying a pack of pseudoephedrine because they're not going to bother, or they're indignant about it and they don't want to be treated like criminals just because they want to buy one packet of pseudoephedrine. The politicians don't think that through. All that they want to do is to say, oh, look at us, we're fighting meth dealers and we're cracking down on meth labs and we're going to win the war on drugs and we're going to win the war on meth by preventing law-abiding citizens from easily getting one packet of pseudoephedrine. It's ridiculous. I'm going to give you a couple of other examples. Sorry, hold on a minute. Oh, I forgot to pour it. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, orange juice. I'm actually not suffering that badly, but I don't know if you can hear the congestion in my voice or not, but I have to have some orange juice. I'm going to post all kinds of fun links over here so that you can read about the politics of the warm, fuzzy feeling. In the case of the pseudoephedrine, I gave that a special name. I call that the war on Sniffles, because you claim to be fighting a war on meth, but in reality, you're fighting a war on me. You're fighting a war on me and my nasal congestion, and you're making me suffer needlessly. I also have another question. Speaking of orange juice, and I have my orange juice here. What's your favorite remedy for colds? Who uses chicken soup? Who drinks lots of orange juice? Some people think drinking alcohol is supposed to help. I don't know about that. What do you do for a cold? And that's it. Bye.